I don't have to have enough power to hurt him. I just got to beat him. That's it. If he slip up, then, you know, he will get hurt.
And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford. A Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity.
As the fight draws closer, Terence Crawford exudes unwavering confidence, fully prepared to rise to the challenge. Opposite him, Canelo Alvarez leans on his vast experience, reminding the world that he's faced elite-level opponents. Like Crawford many times before, Canelo assures fans that he'll rely on his refined skills and deep boxing knowledge to secure the win. With both men determined to prove they belong at the very top, the tension continues to build.
Dealing with this.
You know, I'm been in this sport like so many years. I've had so many good fights in my career, and I had the experience to adapt myself to these kind of fighters. I fight everybody out there, every style, and I'm gonna do my job and put all my experience, all my talent there, and that's it.
Terence Crawford enters this bout brimming with confidence, firmly believing he can dismantle any opponent who stands in his way. His demeanor in press conferences reflects the mindset of a fighter who trusts his preparation and abilities. However, the statistics tell another part of the story. Canelo Alvarez's resume includes Lucia T professional, fights many against world-class competition, offering a level of ring experience that few can rival. In contrast, Crawford's 41 pro bouts, though impressive, don't match the sheer volume of high-stakes moments Canelo has weathered. That difference could prove pivotal once the bell rings when. Split-second decisions often determine the outcome.
Know how great Terence Crawford is, but they don't know how great Terence Crawford is at 168.
Terence in his bag right now, going third person, you feel me? But yeah, like Terence has every right to talk his shit literally here. He's being respectful and fair play, but the questions are the ones he's asking, the ones he knows are being asked. What's he look like at 168? Can he take the power? Is he going to be too small? Is he going to be able to deal with Canelo's experience over time, right? Even though Terence is the older fighter, he has, I think, 20 less fights than Canelo does, or maybe more. I think more than 20. And also, you know, competition level. This will be the most skilled, most experienced, biggest, strongest fighter that Terence Crawford's ever faced.
Canelo Alvarez has built his legacy by consistently battling the most dangerous names in the sport. These encounters have sharpened his instincts, tested his stamina, and pushed him to evolve tactically. Terence Crawford, while dominant in his own right, has yet to share the ring with that caliber of elite opposition. Though he has convincingly beaten top contenders, he hasn't faced the brute force and ring intelligence of fighters like Gennady Golovkin. This gap in experience at the highest level could give Canelo an advantage when adversity strikes mid-fight.
Everything is on Terence Crawford's side, all the legacy, meaning he only has the opportunity to win the belts. Saul only has an opportunity to defend them. Terence Crawford has an opportunity to be in a 5 division and the only person to win all 4 belts in 3 separate weight divisions. Why is Saul taking this fight? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's some things in life more important than just the belts. And that 20-year career that Terence Crawford made, that all that he has, is very valuable. Very, very valuable. He had 1 foot out the game. And if he can be the man to defeat him, because remember, if Saul beats him, Terence Crawford was the first man to get all 4 belts in 2 separate weight divisions. Yes, I beat that champion. Yes, I beat the multiple division champion, and he had the oath.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. offers a nuanced perspective, highlighting that Crawford's biggest challenge will be handling Canelo's raw power. Jones argues that technical brilliance can often neutralize physical strength. If Crawford can absorb Canelo's pressure, his sharp footwork, ring IQ, and timing could shift the momentum. Jones believes that mastery of angles, anticipation, and fundamentals may allow Crawford to turn the tables, if he can withstand the onslaught that Canelo is certain to bring.
So far, there's some pushing and shoving going on. The weight difference is a big factor as well.
I pay no attention to the pushing and shoving. I pay no attention to the weight factor. What I pay attention to is the skill level that both guys show in and out of the ring. And what I'm seeing is I see a hungry Crawford Crawford that has been looking for the opportunity for a long time, finally getting the opportunity, and really ready to grab the opportunity. And with Canelo, I see a guy who not necessarily hungry, but loves to entertain, loves to give us the big fights. Always tries to give the big fights. He finds a way to give us big fights. Not gonna always win them, but he always tries to give them to us. Yeah. So he'll be a guy that, if he shows up and does the exact right thing, he can win the fight. If he don't do the right thing, which I don't see him doing, I don't know why he would at this point in his career. I don't know. It'll all be predicated upon how well Terrence can take his punch.
Yeah. You said you don't think, or you don't look into the weight difference. Why?
When you know how to box, when you're as skillful as Terrence Crawford is, weight don't really matter much. All thing that matters with the weight is, can you take the punch? And I'm sure he's been sparring with super middles and light heavies, so I'm sure he probably can take the punch. So that's the only thing when you got skill. Now if you don't have a skill, you can't take the weight, take it up, because you're gonna lose your punch, you're gonna lose everything. But when you got skill, all your stuff that you have goes up with you.
NBA icon and combat sports enthusiast Shaquille O'Neal confidently predicts a victory for Crawford. His bold take stems from Crawford's history of dismantling opponents with surgical precision and relentless drive. Shaq believes Crawford's superior technical skill will ultimately lead to a knockout. His opinion, while adding excitement, also highlights the divide among fans and analysts about how these two contrasting styles will play out inside the ring.
Everyone's talking about the one fight right now, Terrence Crawford versus Canelo. Who do you got?
I gotta go Terrence Crawford.
Terrence Crawford?
Yeah.
Why?
He's the best ever.
Really? You think he's the greatest ever?
Yeah.
Over Ali, Muhammad Ali? I didn't know you were a big Terrence Crawford fan like that.
You have to understand that there's eras, and in different eras, you can bring out the titles. Like, for example, Joker's the best big man ever.
Right.
And I don't like,
you put Joker over you as the best big man? Oh.
Different eras at the time. It's not my era, not my time now.
True.
It's their time. So he's the greatest big man in the NBA right now. So I let the people decide who's that. But right now, Terrence Crawford is the best.
So,
and Floyd, because Floyd has never lost.
So how does Terrence beat Canelo? Decision?
He's
Or
gonna knock him out.
he's going to knock Canelo out?
Yes, man.
So they're going to have the fight at the Vegas Stadium, Raider Stadium. You're going to be there?
I heard it was off.
No, it's back on.
Okay,
Now
yeah,
it's back
yeah,
on. It's in September 13th in Vegas.
I'll be there.
You'll be there. Front row? Front row?
Of course.
All right, cool. You're the man.
Veteran trainer Robert Garcia points to a subtle decline in Canelo's recent performances, noting they've lacked the explosiveness of his earlier years. Garcia suggests this timing could work in Crawford's favor, offering a rare opening. He emphasizes that in boxing, momentum and timing often trump experience. With the right strategy, Garcia believes Crawford could capitalize on a moment where Canelo may not be at his sharpest, making this matchup as much about form and timing as it is about pedigree.
I'm trying to say Crawford versus Canelo because it's a fight that most of the people don't give Crawford a chance because of the size, but he's got skills, man. He's got skills. He's got good speed, good footwork. That's why I do give him a chance.
You do give
I do give Crawford a chance, of course. Canelo's last few fights, he does his work. He gets work done, but never does that little extra to please or to. He knows he doesn't need to anymore, so he's just comfortable enough with just securing the win. He became a businessman, and I think that could be something in favor of Crawford, that if he comes out in his best and good footwork, Canelo is flat-footed. He his last fight, especially against the runner, he was throwing one punch at a time. Didn't even try to be aggressive and get him into the ropes, throw combinations of 4 to 5 punches. He never even tried that. So I think at this stage, I am giving Crawford a big chance of maybe pulling it out.
Manny Pacquiao offers a respectful and balanced take on the comparisons between great fighters. He emphasizes that every boxer brings a unique mix of skills, strategies, and styles to the ring, making direct comparisons both unfair and misleading. Pacquiao encourages fans and analysts to appreciate each fighter on their own terms, rather than through the lens of rivalry or legacy debates. His thoughtful perspective reinforces the idea that the Canelo versus Crawford matchup should be judged on its own merits.
I think of Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Floyd Mayweather.
Crawford what?
Better than Floyd Mayweather. Canelo said that.
Crawford can beat.
No, Crawford said Canelo. Canelo said Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think? What's your assessment?
There's a different style, you know. I mean, they're both good fighters, so it's hard to compare yourself to others. Like,
do you think
Thank you guys. We gotta go.
Mayweather did against Canelo? Do you think he can do any of that?
What, Canelo?
Crawford do any of what Mayweather did against Canelo?
That's a good fight. I mean, you know, let's see.
Reports from Canelo Alvarez's training camp reveal that a major focus has been on mastering ring controls, specifically by cutting off angles and limiting Crawford's movement. Canelo's goal is to reduce Crawford's ability to dictate range and tempo. This strategic emphasis plays to Canelo's strengths as a pressure fighter who excels when he can close the distance and unleash powerful combinations. How effectively he implements this plan could decide whether Crawford is able to maintain his rhythm or gets smothered and neutralized.
As you see here, Saul Canelo Alvarez reveals his training to cut the ring off against a highly versatile fighter in Terrence Bud Crawford coming up September 13th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Terrence Crawford have the ability to switch from southpaw to orthodox, and Terrence Crawford can also box on his toes and has a lot of power. What y'all think? Will this work? Let me know.
Brian B.O.Mac McIntyre. Terrence Crawford's longtime trainer speaks with calm assurance. As he discusses their approach, he stresses that Crawford's camp has meticulously prepared for every possible scenario. While acknowledging Canelo's talents, McIntyre believes Crawford's adaptability and resilience will shine through. His confidence is grounded not in hype, but in the hours of sparring, film study, strategy that have shaped their fight plan.
Somebody like that, like a Canelo, and not only is it offense, he's got to have defense too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skill?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you. He'll get the job done. You know, because you know, Bud IQ, boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter, and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously, Terrence believes he's better. Did you look into that? What happened at the press conference there as the first
That's just
words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay, he got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no loss.
Brings a rare perspective. Having shared the ring with both Gennady Golovkin and Terrence Crawford, he warns that Canelo presents a unique challenge, combining elite-level power, precision, and ring intelligence. While Brook praises Crawford's speed and tactical brilliance, he notes that Canelo's experience under intense pressure makes him a formidable threat. Brook's insight underlines the need for Crawford to be mentally and physically at his peak to prevail.
It's a wow fight, you know what I mean? Two prime athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I bought Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champions, okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but you know, Crawford's very, very, very good.
Do you think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. You know, I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, you know, he kind of sets his feet and he's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. Well, like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. You know, both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience.
Crawford's defining attribute has always been his adaptability. His ability to read opponents and make mid-fight adjustments has left even seasoned veterans struggling to keep up. Against Canelo, that versatility will be put to its toughest test yet. Crawford must decode Canelo's timing, power, and defense. In real time, finding windows of opportunity where few exist. His success may hinge on whether he can stay one move ahead in this high-stakes chess match.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a Mean Machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switched, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you gotta watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an ass whip.
Turki Alalshik's endorsement adds a global dimension to the fight. His involvement signals that this event is more than just a battle between champions. It's a cultural and international spectacle. With Alalshik's support, the fight is being promoted on a massive scale, drawing worldwide attention and raising the stakes for both fighters.
Because we are two fighters. We are two fighters. True fight. True, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fight. Huh? Not YouTuber fight. Yeah. They need to talk and talk shit about the fight because they wanna say something. The people know we are great fighters. They wanna put a great fucking fight. Yeah. We don't know. I am sure. In the end, in the mid of September, we will have one of the greatest fight ever happen in boxing, and I am sure.
Dana White's participation in promoting the bout represents a rare crossover between boxing and MMA, known for revolutionizing UFC's marketing. White's involvement brings fresh energy and cross-sport appeal. His promotional expertise could attract a new wave of fans, underscoring the fight's potential to transcend the usual boundaries of combat sports.
More unrelated to this fight, but Turki made it seem like you weren't going to be promoting the Terence Crawford-Canelo fight. Is there anything you can kind of clear up on that?
He made it feel like I wasn't?
Yeah, well, he said that someone else was promoting it. He didn't say no TKO, he just didn't include your name in a tweet, and people kind of freaked out online about where Dana go.
I'm going to tell you what's awesome, man. So, there's a lot of fucked up things about boxing, but they don't say shit. I mean, nobody talks. It's the most amazing thing. If we sign a deal, I gotta get on my phone quick. Hey, we just fucking, because 90,000 people will be out there talking about it. These guys don't talk. I'm promoting the fight.
Nico Ali Walsh offers insight into Crawford's preparation, noting that he's been sparring with bigger partners to simulate Canelo's strength. This calculated decision reflects Crawford's understanding that size and power will be key factors. According to Walsh, Crawford is preparing with extreme focus, leaving no room for surprises ensuring that physical advantages don't dictate the outcome.
People with Canelo before Canelo's last fight, but then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight, and Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything, you know, he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades.
Oscar De La Hoya provides a dose of realism. While he acknowledges Crawford's exceptional talent, he emphasizes that weight and physicality could prove decisive. De La Hoya cautions fans not to overlook the laws of physics in the excitement of the matchup. His comments serve as a reminder that in boxing, even elite skills can be challenged by size and strength.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Being back in New York over here.
Let's just say Canelo Crawford in the history of boxing, and this is the fun. Let's get it. If you see Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never been a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a damn man walking it. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, this is the truth again, it's a money grab.
Teddy Atlas brings a sharp analytical lens to the fight, arguing that this clash is as much psychological as it is physical. He believes Crawford's intelligence, preparation, and strategic thinking can offset Canelo's size advantage. Atlas frames the bout as a mental war where timing, courage, and adaptability will determine who walks away victorious when the final bell rings.
He's too big, and you know, Crawford, as good as he is, he stepped up with Matrimorph, and he struggled a little bit. You know, he won, but it was more competitive than we thought. Well, we didn't understand how good Matrimorph was because we underestimated him because he only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights. He was a good, solid fighter, right? And he's on this card, of course. But he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that. So we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations.
That wraps up today's video.